Welcome back into another episode of Morning Edition. Julian Tedor, Jason Harper, Andy Satowski, Ted Faden, the whole crew is here. Woo!
It's been a minute.
It has been. It has been one moment for us, like all being together. This is nice. Look, we had a flurry of activity. If people have been following the news, the government was on the path to be reopened after, depending on when you're seeing this, let's just say Wednesday night is when the government officially set to reopen after President Donald Trump signing the legislation after it went through the Senate, the House. Now, one part that you guys may have missed in it, talking to our viewership there, is the fact that there is a part in there that's going to get rid of something that was in the Farm Bill, essentially allowing for Delta 8, some of these THC-infused products, to no longer be on shelves. And this has been a big thing. Jason, Annie, Ted, I know you guys have seen it around places like Legion Brewing. They have these infused drinks. You see them at the gas station. You see them at the supermarket, Publix, Harris Teeter now. This is huge, guys.
Oh, yeah.
It is. Honestly, like, I've never tried one of these drinks before. I've been a little occupied for the past 2 years. I couldn't even drink for like the past 2 years. So, but this is interesting. I think that it's just going to have a deeper reaching impact than I think so many people realize. We had our chief legal analysts on here. There's farmers impacted in this.
Yeah.
There were a lot of businesses that were, within the legal limits of the law, of creating all of these businesses and kind of being on the forefront of this, maybe potentially for, recreational or even medicinal marijuana finally being legalized in North Carolina. They thought they were ahead of the ball, and now they might no longer have a business. So there are some really far-reaching impacts.
Yeah, this is tough. I haven't had any of it either, Annie. And so I don't know. You're going to have it's hard to tell, I guess, unless you did like a nationwide poll on where people sit with this. It sounds like the decision kind of has already been made up. We talked to our chief legal analyst, Khalif Rhodes, earlier today. This doesn't go into effect really a year away. So something could happen within a year. I don't know what that looks like. But man, like you said, you got the farmers that are affected. A lot of them may have already planted seeds that contain that, the percentage of THC that's already in it. So that's one issue. Like you said, we got all these bottling, canning company, a lot of breweries, that are already making beer or whatever. They're the ones that are bottling, canning this stuff. That's going to screw up or take that completely offline, which is hard for them too. But we were also talking, you got topical things that have hemp and maybe THC in it, that helps with some kind of pain relieving. And so I feel like will this push the products that are already out? Will it push that to the black market? Or maybe can you get like with cannabis, with marijuana stuff? Could you get a prescription? Like, would that be the next step?
Yeah, if it's legal in your state, sure. Ted, you want to weigh in before?
Well, my thoughts when we talk about business, I also think the boom of specifically the drinks, right?
Right.
I was at Total Wine, and the lady was telling me that she sells more of the hemp infused drinks than alcohol now. And we've known in recent months, alcohol consumption has gone down. A lot of people have chosen to go sober or find alternatives, with these hemp-infused drinks being one of them, which is why these businesses have grown, right? There's a market for it. There's a demand for it. And it's offered folks an alternative other than alcohol to still be social, feel comfortable in social settings and things like that. So I do think of not just from the business and the agricultural standpoint, but also from the consumer standpoint, for the consumers that have the options to indulge. Like we mentioned, you go to a brewery and they'll have the NA section, and in there we'll have a few of these THC infused drinks. And some folks might choose to indulge in that as well. That can go away with all this. So there's some of those ripple effects I could see happening, not just around the agricultural or for the businesses, but on the consumer side as well.
Yeah, consumer side. Go ahead, Andy.
I was going to say, is the draw for, again, haven't had any of this, is the draw for a THC-infused beverage at like a brewery, is it that you still get similar effects? I mean, everyone's different under the influence of alcohol, but you get some sort of effects, but you don't have a hangover the next day? Is that the big draw for these?
Is that okay. There's not a hangover. They advertise as hangover free, but also if you are somebody, and everybody kind of has a different definition of sober. But for some people who are alcoholics and they say, you know what, I only have NA beers because if I have one drop of alcohol, it's a slippery slope and then I'm gonna find it. But they're not sober from other other substances.
Yeah.
And so this still allows them to be social, have something that makes them feel somewhat euphoric and have a similar buzz, right? But they're not going down that slippery slope of having, because sure, there are effects you can have too much of anything, right? But you're not going to black out. You're not going to, be drunk where you're falling over yourself. Now you may be a little woozy. You need to sit down and still have somebody operate your motor vehicle.
Right.
Nobody's saying slam 10 of these THC drinks.
right.
Go out.
You still got to be responsible.
Don't do that.
But it provides an alternative. And, Ted, you kind of touched on it, and Jason, you did too. The microbrewery business, we know North Carolina is known for that. Charlotte is a hub for it.
Yeah.
A lot of these businesses are now depending on these THC-infused drinks to bring in revenue because the craft beer market has gone down. 3 years ago, everybody had a new craft beer coming out. Now we're looking at these microbreweries closing, and one of the lifelines are these THC-infused drinks. My question is why? Why do we need to push it in now? What is the benefit of it? I have heard that maybe the push is that a year from now or during this next year, they push to have better regulations on it, which is something that I would support because it is virtually unregulated right now. Kind of the Wild West.
The Wild West. Yeah, exactly like you said. Yeah.
Yeah, there needs to be some guardrails, but to your point with the microbreweries, Julian, and for craft beers, I noticed the trend of, man, this tastes good, and after one, I'm like, whoa, okay, hold on, this is 8% alcohol, 9% alcohol,
Yeah.
Right.
The potency has gone up and up in some of these, and specifically with the hemp infused drinks, it's about bringing that potency way down,
Right.
Yeah.
But how do you counteract that while the potency of these drinks are going up, which is also what could have driven folks away from craft beer. Myself being one of them is like, I'd like to have one beer, but if I have one beer and I'm already tipsy afterwards and I got to wait a little bit before driving my car, that takes a little bit more of the fun out of it.
I'm going to go ahead and share it. Like I have family members. I'm not going to say which ones. I'll say it. My mom, right? So like my mom's good. Like she's never going to see this podcast.
Hi, Mama.
Here's the thing, right? But for one, if the kids are drinking, right? They say we're home for the holidays because we're right on the holiday season, and maybe you don't want to have that hangover. Maybe you're just like, your days of drinking are behind you. You can have one and have just like a giggly and participate and have a fun night.
Yeah.
And you don't have to have wine. You don't have to. So it's like it provides that option to people in a safe way. So I mean, I thought they were a good idea. Yeah.
Does the THC, although it's small in a THC infused drink, does it stay in your bloodstream? Let's say you got drug tested the next day at work.
Yes.
It does. So there's the downside.
Yes.
Right.
Is you are able to have that euphoric depending on how, your metabolism, how many you've had, all that kind of stuff. And so maybe you are able to later drive home and you don't feel hungover. You don't even feel buzzed. But the next day, let's just say you randomly got drug tested.
Ooh.
Boy, that could put you in a tough spot. We've talked before
I think
where when you go to restaurants and you look at the menu and if it says NA, non-alcoholic,
Right.
even if it says THC, like there almost should be some kind of disclaimer like, listen, just because you've had one or two and you feel like you're okay, we're not responsible if you get drug tested at work tomorrow because this is going to come back positive.
I do wonder that, I think we've talked about it too, are we going to see a shift in what people are testing for? Because as these products are out there, and who knows what they're going to look like a year from now, maybe they're going to be completely off of shelves. But as you talk about things like, okay, it's medicinally approved, or in states like Maryland or California where it's adult recreational, you don't even need a card to go get in there and say, you know what, like, no, I never come into work under the influence. I never have any of these things. But it's like, I had a THC-infused drink when I got off of work, or I indulged last night. What's the difference between that and some guys like, my go-to is I want one good glass of scotch.
Yeah.
I think that's in that matter, because that's obviously been raised before. Every time that a state tries to legalize that, it's up to the individual business of how.
Unless they're federal business, then you have to go by federal law.
Then that's a whole other thing. But it's a good question. I guess federal law would trump that because it's probably similar to weed is legal recreationally in Colorado, but you can't bring it to Charlotte.
Yeah.
Sort of a thing.
That's true. You can't transfer it
I
over
bought
lines.
it in Denver, but you can't transfer it because the skies are federally controlled. You can't have it in an airport. So I would guess that federal employees are probably subject to that as well. But we just kind of went on fun little vein.
Reminded me of the movie Blow. I just took these plants across imaginary lines. It's like, no, those lines are real.
Very real. Very real.
You can see them, but they're real.
THC bootlegging.
THC, but look,
Yeah.
I mean,
Start.
we'll see something. Either way, whatever side of the issue you're on, this is something that we're going to be talking about probably until this gets resolved over the next year. But a big issue, something that you may not have known was part of the bill to reopen the government. With that, we're going to squeeze in a break. We'll be back with more Morning Edition right after this.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Morning Edition. We know that the holidays are right around the corner for folks looking to celebrate Thanksgiving. You might be feeling the pressure of hosting Thanksgiving dinner. You don't always have to do it by yourself. You can have the potluck, have friends bring other dishes. Today, we wanted to talk about quite possibly the second most important part of the dinner. You have the turkey, which I think is paramount.
The centerpiece.
Would we, yeah, right?
Right?
But a very close second would be the mac and cheese,
It's up
folks.
there. It's up there.
The mac and cheese.
definitely
Up
up
there.
there.
It's debatable.
Yeah.
It's number 2. But
on
it's
the
definitely
order.
it's up there.
Definitely
for
top
sure.
five.
Top
Gotta be
five.
top five.
It's on the list.
It is a requirement, I would think, of any Thanksgiving dinner is mac and cheese.
So I grew up on the West Coast, and we never had mac and cheese at Thanksgiving. Now. It is now part of
Okay, good.
it. Like inject that mac
You've
and
seen
cheese
the light.
to my vein. I have seen the light ever since I think that I lived in the Midwest for like a really long time, like 15 years.
Yeah.
But ever since I had like my first Midwest Thanksgiving where
Yeah.
mac and cheese was available, y'all have mac and cheese.
man.
I bet that was eye-opening for you.
It was very eye opening.
I don't even know why.
Because it's not like easy mac. It's not like Kraft mac
No,
and cheese.
it's
They're
like good mac and
homemade.
cheese.
Why is that pizza?
And I was introduced
Take that
to
down.
sweet potato casserole. I had never had sweet potato casserole until
Oh,
I
man.
moved to the
Oh.
Midwest.
Hold on. Roll the tape back. Roll the tape back.
Wait a
what
minute.
did you have on your table besides mac and cheese
So-
growing up?
Not mac and cheese.
Right.
So we had obviously turkey. We're of Polish descent, so my uncle would always make a really good kapusta, which is cabbage.
Okay.
He would make that. We would sometimes have ham.
What was your card?
Yeah, ham.
Mashed potatoes, obviously. Stuffing.
And then your secondary card.
rolls.
Right. Okay. Rolls.
Right.
Third tertiary carb.
Third tertiary card. Yeah.
Tertiary carbs. And then a corn casserole, green bean casserole.
But was there any noodle?
There was no noodles.
No noodle.
No noodles at Thanksgiving dinner.
Man.
So I'm for this. I love mac and cheese. And like, again, this is not Kraft. Do not come, as Julian says, do not come at me with your Velveeta.
It's
Nah.
Around. Turn
Leave the
around.
box
Right.
stuff at home.
Right.
I question if you are doing a potluck style. Let's
Yeah.
say you're in charge of the main, whatever the mains are, ham, turkey, and maybe one other dish. And I
Right.
got 5 other people coming over. How do you not get duplicates? Now I'm okay with duplicates. If 4 people want to bring sweet potato casserole, I am not going to complain. And
You got to
still
assign.
welcome
Yeah.
to sit at my table.
You gotta
do
delegate.
like a sign up sheet? Like how do you keep everyone?
No, you don't do a sign up sheet.
What do you
Here's
do?
why.
Okay.
Because that allows people to say, I think I should do. No. If you're coming to my dinner, then I probably know how you cook.
I'm
I
assigning.
will assign you what you
so
should
host
do.
does the assignment.
You that's what I'm for.
The type A host.
Or you can apply
Wait.
if you would like to, because certain things, it's like, you know what? If you're bringing cups, anybody can do that.
I see.
You-
The
I'm
person
charged-
always does the cup.
Right.
I got it's like you adult
Only
beverage.
napkins?
Adult beverage.
There's no applications needed for that. But if we're talking about mac and cheese, especially, or honestly, sweet potato pie,
Yes.
pumpkin pie,
Yes.
I need to know that it's going to be good.
I need a sample.
What's on the application? Like, what are you looking for that puts that at the top of the list? If you got 5 applications, what's going to put one near the top?
It's not so much what's going to put it at the top,
Okay.
but what will get you disqualified.
Okay, what are some things that disqualify you?
So, some things that could disqualify me. If I see a picture of your mac and cheese and there is no crust,
If it's orange,
if there's right, if there's no crust, if it's just a bowl of loose noodles and cheese, I don't want it.
you sound like Adam Sandler.
No single cheese mac and cheese. No single cheese mac and
No,
cheese.
there needs to be multiple cheeses.
What is your blend? What is your blend?
What is your blend? That's the first interview question. If you get an interview, what is your blend?
What is your blend?
There better be Havarti. There better be Gruyere.
Thank you.
Oh, like it can't just be cheddar. Like, I mean, that's too easy.
And then it's your blended cheeses. Are you buying it pre-shredded?
Yes.
Because you buying it pre-shredded. That's again, that could be a disqualifier.
Unless though, you said.
Well, okay, if you have, I'm saying, if you have to do it, if you have to, make sure you wash your shredded cheese before you put it. You gotta wash it.
I'm the higher cheddar shredder of the house. I am. And
Your shred game good?
I got a good shred game.
Yeah.
I get that parchment paper is almost as long as this table. It's 5 feet long. And I'll get a Sharpie. I'll get a Sharpie and I'll label the 5 or 6 different piles. Because they all look similar. And then I'm like, shoot, which one's the Gruyere? Which one's the Havarti? Which one is the spicy whatever? And so I'll get out there.
Just had a moment.
Oh, yeah. And I'll usually get an injury somewhere on the knuckle.
Yeah.
I get going, and then you all of a sudden you get down to the cheese club, and then you got to slow down.
Mm-hmm. I eat it before we get to that part. I'm like, oh man, my knuckles are getting close.
Yeah, just eat it.
That's not a little pimento in there. That's a little blood.
Add to the flavor.
But you gonna put something there.
to Julia's point, you need to test it. Just
you got to.
When my wife and I were getting married, right? We were going to invite all these people. We had our caterer. We tasted the food first.
Obviously,
you need to
some
treat
samples.
Thanksgiving the very same way. You taste it first. Let me get some samples. Let me see what you're working with, and then we'll see. You got to project manage it, though.
And it's like the show. It's like the show Chopped. You know,
Yeah.
you take samples and then you're like, I'm sorry, you have been, you chopped, or you continue on.
What if you have someone new, like new to the friend group, new to the neighborhood, and you invite them like for Friendsgiving, and you have no idea what their cooking abilities are?
You give them a smaller responsibility,
blow,
right, Julia?
Like,
You got it.
if it's what can I bring? Then you actually take them up on that and tell them what they can bring.
What's ahead of ice and cups, but below one of the most important
Maybe
side
like
dishes?
rolls,
Salad.
salad,
Salad.
You can bring the salad.
I like that. Not in a bag.
green beans.
You know what you can bring, which I will not eat. You can bring the cranberry sauce.
I don't
The
like
jiggle
cranberries.
or the real stuff.
If you want, so you know what?
Either way.
If you make the real one, I'm like, okay, maybe you might be in the play for a bigger roll next year if you're making it homemade.
This is like
If you bring the cans, I immediately know you're not in the kitchen.
Yeah.
You know the can stuff.
Julie would have like a Rookie of the Year award.
The Golden Can Award.
That was the best cranberry sauce I ever had.
Yeah.
You get
Congratulations.
voted next year.
Right.
Potato.
That's it. For real.
I'm sorry, Denise. You have been demoted from stuffing duty. You are now on cranberry sauce duty. You can try again next year. It can happen.
Yeah.
It can happen. Oh, also has to be a roux. You have to have a roux with your mac and cheese. But I think we're talking to everybody in the room that knows good mac and cheese. Here's the thing. If you are worried if your mac and cheese is good enough to bring to Thanksgiving dinner, don't bring it.
Don't bring it. You are.
Don't bring it. You're already behind the eight ball.
If you're confident and you're like, no, I'm going to be the one bringing it, then it's probably good.
Do we have a noodle shape preference?
Ooh.
I like some cavatappi.
I was going to say elbow is my least favorite. I still like it because I am an equal opportunity noodle lover.
Yeah.
Right? Noodler.
Noodler.
So fine if you want to do elbows, that's all good. But yeah, let's go cavatappi. Let's go anything that holds and hugs cheese.
Yeah.
If you want to go old school shells, that's fine because it'll get inside the shell. But let's get creative. Maybe little twists.
A little penne too. Penne could work.
Yeah.
And
It's got a good one.
I was going to this should not have to be said, but the day of Thanksgiving is not the day to try that new recipe. I'm just saying.
You're so right.
I'm just saying.
Is this experience that is speaking here? Okay.
It's not experience.
Just start working on it now.
Right.
Start working on it now. Try it out. And maybe, if you want to take some small batch samples to your coworkers or friends, let me know what you think. Is it too sweet, too salty, too this, too that? Get some feedback.
There you go. You know what? And this is not going to be the only Thanksgiving segment that we have between now and Thanksgiving. So if you have a topic for us, the Morning Edition crew, that you would like us to talk about for Thanksgiving, send it our way.
Yes.
Because we got strong opinions.
Where do they send it?
About a lot of things. Send it to newstips@qcnews.com.
There we go.
Oh, yeah.
Boom.
Say that one more time.
Newstips@qcnews.com.
And send a plate.
Send a plate too and a picture.
that too.
We're going to judge. All right. Speaking of things that we get all worked up about, we're going to talk about some things that our OCD just can't let go of. More on that on the other side of this break.
Welcome back to this episode of Morning Edition. We were just talking about mac and cheese. Julian's very OCD about his mac and cheese, right? So, he has strong opinions. We all have strong opinions on mac and cheese. But there are just certain things that I think all of us have that we kind of do in silence that we don't really talk about, but they're just like, they're not bad. They're just like little random things. So what started this conversation is we have a kind of format in our show. We have the top of the show. We have the half hours. The half hours, I always say hello. That's usually, 7:30, 8:30. And I waited for the time to hit 8:30 before I said what time it was, because we have that kind of clock. And I pretended like I needed it to be 8:30. I like it that way. Honestly, I just forgot it was my turn to talk.
There. That's the truth.
I'm going to throw that out there. But that started the conversation of Ted just being like, oh, yeah, I only like my volume in increments of 5.
It's bad, y'all.
It's a big jump, though.
It is. It is.
That is a big jump. But so this started the conversation about what we were actually OCD about. Growing up, my dad would always make fun of me for being very exact with time. I'd be like, what time is it? And he's like, it's 8:45, like round to the quarter hours. And I'd be like, no, it is 8:47.
Oh.
Yeah,
And
see,
he
that would
would
drive me nuts.
Yeah.
So
it kind
you
of
knew
drove
what
him nuts.
time it was and still asked?
Well, no, like later. Like after the fact. Like
Oh,
if
you'd be hurt. Like he told you it was 8:45. Like actually, Dad, it's 8:47.
I
Why
would like
did you lie to
check
me?
after the fact, and if it was the time was wrong, like, oh, that doesn't make sense. Like more than 5 minutes has passed. Whatever. I digress with that. But we'll go back to Ted, because that's when you said about your volume. So please explain this to us.
I don't know where it came from, y'all. It's just I have to be on increments of 5. My wife will even like turn it down a little bit. If I'm on 15, she'll put it like 12, and I'm like, oh, that's going to 10. Like if 15 is too loud, we're going to 10, and if 10 is too low, we're going to 15. That's just a weird thing of mine.
Sometimes 12 or 13 though might be perfect.
I know, but just
But is it only for like music, or is it like the TV volume too?
Ooh.
All volumes where you can see the number, like
If I
on a
could
TV
see-
screen
yeah.
or radio or whatever.
if I can see the number, it has to be on an increment of 5. I have a lot of quirks, guys.
Well, we know
But this is the time.
Yeah.
We love
Come
you.
on.
Before eating, right? Or even before doing a task, I organize things. Like I make sure it's all in place and I can see it all before I dive in. So before I eat a meal, oftentimes I'm like, okay, everything's in place. I'm not as bad as my dad, because my dad like has to have the food not touching and stuff. But this is kind of giving me hints as to probably where I get it from.
Yeah.
But
It's from your
You might be heading that way
I might be heading in that direction.
in your old age.
But yeah, that's just a quirk of mine. If I can see the numbers, they have to be an increment of 5. Jason, I'm like you. If I'm at the gas station and I'm filling up, if it's like $35, and here, this is bad. If it's $35.35,
Are you going all the way to 36?
I'm getting
450.
36 bucks. I'm getting
Wow.
$36.
But what if you can't? Like,
I'll go to
gas
50.
station full.
Pull the nozzle out a little bit and
There's
top it off.
Trust me,
Oh,
there's
you're doing the
always
top
room.
off.
Yeah, I would
Always
top
room.
off. Always.
Nothing worse though when you plan it perfectly, and then as soon as you let go of the hand,
01?
and then it says 4501.
Oh man.
Some people can drive off and leave that. I can't. No,
You're gonna go 99 more cents worth.
no. I'll be good at like. I'll get to 25 cents.
Okay.
I'll be
so it
fine
has
with
to be
that.
kind of like
I'll be
a-
fine. I'm not
Okay.
leaving it at 1 penny or 3 pennies.
Okay.
Or our youngest daughter, she's that with she likes even numbers.
Okay.
So if you leave, let's say you microwave something and you leave time left and you didn't do the full 30 seconds. If it's left on 17, it will drive her nuts. If you left it on 16, she can leave it up there.
Okay.
Okay.
But she'll go clear it if it's on an odd number.
Yeah.
She's got it.
My wife is like that. My wife is like that.
Really?
Yeah. Our anniversary is on the 16th. Thank God, because one of the availabilities was the 17th. She's like, I can't do it. I can't do an odd day. So that was
Interesting.
yeah.
Julian.
So I thought I didn't have any OCD tendencies. As we're coming out of the studio, I'm like, you know what? It's food. I'm in the kitchen. I'm so OCD about where I put things, especially when I'm cooking. Once I've started cooking, do not come in the kitchen. Don't move where I put my chef's knife. Don't move where I put my measuring cups, because I'm moving it in my head like I have a whole entire order of operations of when I want to go do things.
Yeah.
And like, perfect example, right? If I've already have like a sauce going, right? Those are time-based and they're heat-based. So it's like I have it on medium. It's been simmering here and I need to go chop something up to add in there if for some reason I hadn't done it already. Well, I need to know where my knife is. I want to have my tablespoon ready. Or say I need to make a last-minute adjustment. I want to thicken the sauce up and I'm adding a little bit of cornstarch in there, right? So I need to have my tablespoon there, or at least my measuring cup so I can make my little cornstarch in warm water. I realize how crazy I'm sounding right now. To thicken the sauce.
We love you. Keep going.
I just
Go.
don't touch the things.
He's realizing what he sounds like now.
He's like, oh my gosh, I said it out loud.
You move the spoon, you mess up all the mac and cheese.
This is real.
No one go in
to
the
come
kitchen
out.
on Thanksgiving
Come
when
out well.
Ian is cooking.
We all had little OCD tendencies.
Right.
We should all feel better.
Unless you're willing to shred cheese like Jason Harper on
You're
parchment paper,
allowed in the
spelled out.
That-
I am the knuckle shredded cheddar.
I'm also a big declutter. Like I can't handle like things all over the place. I always
Yeah.
like,
Man, you know what? Speaking of declutter, Ted, I think it's about time we declutter this episode. Sign off.
Oh, okay.
We're at our time limit. We'll see you next week, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Queen City News Plus. Just search Queen City News on your smart TV's app store.